Vamos comer uma travessa. Isso, elas comem uma travessa.
It's usually the people that say they never change. That's when you told me that the storms will come. We just gotta learn to dance in the rain. Then you said, don't worry, cause babe, you got me and I'm staying right here. And though the seasons change, my love will stay the same for you. Yes, it's true. You're the only constant thing in my world. When there's no one left around, it's just me and my girl. I know that change is just a part of this life, but our love will stand the test of time. Cause baby, you're my constant, constant. Darling, you're my constant, constant. It's an unpredictable life on my own, yeah. I can be surrounded by many, but still feel alone. That's when you told me that you'd always be there for me. And I'm always coming back to the one I call home. Yeah, yeah, you're the only constant thing in my world. When there's no one left around, it's just me and my girl. I know that change is just a part of this life. Change will come, but our love will stand the test of time. Cause baby, you're my constant, constant. Darling, you're my constant, constant. Said baby, you're my baby, you're my constant girl. Darling, you're my darling, you're my constant. La 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 la. I don't know why people go and it's a shame. And it's usually the people that say they never change. That's when you told me that the storms will come. We just gotta learn to dance in the rain. Then you said, don't worry, cause babe, you got me and I'm staying right here. And though the seasons change, my love will stay the same for you. Yes, it's true. You're the only constant thing in my world. When there's no one left around, it's just me and my girl. I know that change is just a part of this life, but our love will stand the test of time. Cause baby, you're my constant, constant. Darling, you're my constant, constant. It's an unpredictable life on my own, yeah. I can be surrounded by many, but still feel alone. That's when you told me that you'd always be there for me. And I'm always coming back to the one I call. usually the people that say they never change. That's when you told me that the storms will come. We just gotta learn to dance in the rain. Then you said, don't worry, 'cause babe, you got me and I'm staying right here. And though the seasons change, my love will stay the same for you. Yes, it's true. You're the only constant thing in my world. When there's no one left around, it's just me and my girl. I know that change is just a part of this life, but our love will stand the test of time. 'Cause baby, you're my constant, constant. Darling, you're my constant, constant. It's an unpredictable life on my own, yeah. I can be surrounded by many, but still feel alone. That's when you told me that you'd always be there for me. And I'm always coming back to the one I call home. Yeah, yeah, you're the only.
I still have your faded Nike sweatshirt. So when you coming back home to the city, streetlights mayhem, I know you're missing that. Oh, I've almost had enough of just your face on my phone. It's all news, but I miss you. Counting down the days, every minute, every hour. Got me going insane while the leaves fall off your flowers. I'm wishing you were closer. Your coffee's getting colder. Can't you see I'm waking up without the piece of me Nike sweatshirt. So when you coming back home to the city streets mayhem, I know you're missing that. Oh, I've almost had enough of just your face on my phone. It's so news, but I miss you. You always make it easy every time that we're together, but I never realized how the list goes on and on forever. The way you lean it for a kiss and how we sing along to Taylor Swift. You're kinda conscious of all my nonsense, so it's the little things I miss. Wondering if it's so worth it, but I know in my heart is right. 'Cause I still have your Nike sweatshirt. So when you coming back home to the city streetlights mayhem, I know you're missing that. I've almost had enough of just your face on my phone. It's so news, but I miss you. It's all news, but I miss you. I still have your faded Nike sweatshirt. So when you coming back home to the city streetlights mayhem, I know you're missing that. Oh, I've almost had enough of just your face on my phone. It's all news, but I miss you. Counting down the days, every minute, every hour. Got me going insane while the leaves fall off your flowers. I'm wishing you were closer. Your coffee's getting colder. Can't you see I'm waking up without the piece of me I love? Wondering if it's all worth it, but I know in my heart is right. 'Cause I still have your faded Nike sweatshirt. So when you coming back home to the city streetlights mayhem, I know you're missing that. Oh, I've almost had enough of just your face on my phone. It's so news, but I miss you. You always make it easy every time that we're together, but I never realized how the list goes on and on forever. The way you lean it for a kiss and how we sing along to Taylor Swift. You're kinda conscious of all my nonsense, so it's the little things I miss. Wondering if it's so worth it, but I know in my heart
Do you have an extra ticket?
Does anybody need one ticket? Does anybody need one ticket? Make sure you have your ticket.
Good evening.
4 flights up, straight ahead.
To the left, to the upper doors. Parquet to the left.
Good evening.